Hello! More World Cup kits have officially been released. Adidas have officially completed their launch for all of their World Cup kits. Puma have already released most of their home kits, which I talked about last month, but now they have released all of their away kits. The only kit that Nike have officially released is Brazil's. There have been loads of leaks everywhere, but I'm not going to go too in depth with those because there's still that little bit of hope in me that a lot of them are not actually true. Once Nike's kits are officially released to the public though, I will be creating a tier list for every single World Cup country's kit, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel to stay tuned for that. It literally could be at any moment. I mean, this launch was already a surprise for me. I thought Adidas would release everything some point in the middle of September or so. But yeah, for all I know, by the time I upload this video, Nike could end up releasing their kits. So I'll do my best to stay on top of that. I am flying to Europe very soon. I'm gonna be in Belgrade and Budapest, so I'll try to work around my schedule to film for that. But today we're just gonna go over the rest of the kits that have been launched by Adidas and Puma. I already did a video last month going over the kits that got launched around that time. So if you missed that video, make sure you check it out. It's gonna be similar to that one where I'm just gonna be ranking from bottom to top, my least favorite to favorite kits. Actually, you know what? I still will do that, but I will be separating Puma and Adidas because a lot of Puma's away kits are very similar to one another and many are not happy with the final results. Every single Puma away kit has the same exact theme of having the number and the international logo in the center, all formed with the border alongst the sides, and most of them, in my opinion, look terrible. Some pull it off, and others don't. For example, Serbia's kit to me has absolutely no identity. The gold is just too screechy, and you can't even see their international crest in the center that well. It's a bit grayed out. Uruguay's design as well to me looks very, very lazy. Ghana's flag at the top of the border is pretty cool, but still it just doesn't blend well together in my opinion. Senegal's border does have some nicer touches on it, and you got a darker line going down the center, so I guess that's a good touch, but still, not too impressed. The only Puma kit with this variation of design that I actually like is Morocco's. Not only do they have that line going down in the center like Senegal's, the circular border in the center is beautiful and it's faded out perfectly. Out of all these lazy concepts Puma have released, this is definitely the nicest one, and I actually rate it. I'll be brief and straight to the point. This is my personal ranking for these kits, as they're all very similar. At the bottom is Switzerland. That's just the most uninspiring kit I have seen in so long. Number 5's gotta be Serbia. It's so extra and bland at the same exact time, if that makes any sense. An absolute downgrade compared to their previous away kit. Number 4 is easily Uruguay. It's just boring. Number 3's gotta be Ghana, as they get bonus points for that flag at the top of the border, but I'm still not much of a fan. Number 2 is Senegal, simply because their border looks a bit more elegant than the rest. And number 1 is easily Morocco, the only Puma away kit I actually like. Sramota Puma. This is one of the laziest launches I have seen from any team. And before we move away from Puma, the only home kit that they have failed to launch about a month ago was Serbia's. That kit was already leaked for some time, but now it is officially released to the public, and I was hoping this wouldn't come true, but here it is. It looks like the national team did change their logo. That's been in talks for some time already, but there's literally no pattern on this. It's just bland, red, boring, gold cuffs on the sleeves and on the neck. I guess that's an okay touch, but the previous Serbia kit pattern was honestly one of my favorites of all time. I believe they were going for some Nikola Tesla theme there. This has nothing elegant to it. All of the new Adidas kits that have just launched compared to Puma's recent launches are so much better. So this also is at the bottom with the rest of the Puma away kits, I gotta say. I hope the kit becomes an iconic one and Serbia go far in the World Cup. But yeah, at first glance, I'm very disappointed. Alright, that's all of Puma. All at the bottom for me. Now we're gonna talk about the new Adidas kits. And now this will all be on a more positive note, as I'm very impressed with what Adidas have launched this year. I already had high hopes from them from what we've already seen from the Argentina home kit and the Mexico kit that have already been released. But now Argentina's away kit have been released. Mexico's away is also looking very nice. But now we know Japan's, Wales, Spain's, Germany's, and Belgium's home and away kit. Like I said, I'm a fan of all of these kits, but I'll still be giving you my ranking from bottom to top. So who's gonna be at the bottom? It's gotta be Belgium. It's mostly some basic red and black design, and then you've got the fiery sleeves on the center. That's the only somewhat interesting touch. To be honest, I think the shoulders are just a bit too much. Usually, I do like the more absurd designs, but this one just seems off. And I don't even think the fire on the sleeves is really an issue. It's just more the fact that the rest of the kit looks so basic and then the sleeves are so complex. It's just not a good blend, so that's why I'm ranking this one so low. The away one is mostly white, apart from the cuffs on the sleeves. the logo of Adidas and the Belgium national team. That pattern is pretty interesting, but at the same time, at least from this image, I can barely see the crest of the Belgium national team on there. I do like the touch on the sides. They implement that pattern as well, but it's still oddly a lot and not enough at the same time. So that's why I'm putting Belgium at the bottom. I think both their home and away kits are a bit underwhelming compared to the rest of the Adidas launch. Now listed at number 6 for this video, I am going with Germany. I don't mean to disrespect Germany. This is actually a pretty nice kit. I just don't think it's the best compared to the rest of the Adidas launch. At least with the home kit so far. It's predominantly white, apart from the center, with that shade of black. German crest in gold in the center with the Adidas logo on top. Now I do like that touch of the crest, but the black going on across the center just looks a little bit awkward to me. Germany have had some iconic World Cup kits in the past, and in my opinion, this one is definitely not ranked as highly compared to the rest. I do really like the touch of the collar on the top with the German flags. It's very subtle, but it blends well together. But yeah, my only complaint is the center of the kit. I think they could have done more with it, to be honest. I do like how the badge is sticking out though, but apart from that, I'm not the biggest fan compared to the rest of the Adidas launch. The away kit also has the gold crest and Adidas logo, with a maroon and black pattern going across the kit, with gold Adidas stripes on the shoulders as well. It's still not my favorite, but I actually like it a lot. I might like it more than the home kit. The colors and design do remind me somewhat of Mexico's previous kit, but apart from that, no other comment. I think Adidas did a decent job on this. Next up at number 5, I'm going for another Group F team, Spain. They pull off the simplicity, I'll say that. It really is just red apart from the collar, the shoulders, and a bit of the sides. I think my favorite thing about this kit actually is the collar. So, top up, the kit's beautiful, but obviously there's not much going on the bottom or the rest of the kit, so it does oddly feel vintage. I don't know on the top of my head, but maybe it does compare to a previous World Cup kit from some years ago. But in my personal opinion, I do like the more complex designs, which is why I'm putting Spain a bit lower. Still a very nice kit though. But yeah, then moving on to the away one, I do like what they did on the shoulders for the Adidas stripes. As you can see, they've gone for a yellow one in the middle and red on bottom and top to represent the Spanish flag. I think that's a great touch. You got the Adidas and Spain national team logo in the center with some interesting blue pattern all around. The abstract blue pattern that goes across is interesting. I do like the more complex kits, but this one I feel like isn't the most wild design. I do like where they're going, but I feel like if they're gonna go complex like that, they could have made it look a little bit more badass. I like where they're going with it though. Maybe they could have made those wave things look a bit less round or something, I don't know. They obviously have rocked blue away kits in the past, and amongst those, I think this might be one of their better ones, but still, maybe could have had some better touches to it. Now at number 4, I gotta put Wales. Now, I think their home kit is actually a massive upgrade compared to their previous one. From my knowledge, I don't think the national team had a full-on release on it. I could be wrong, but in Adidas' release trailer, there were snippets of it in the background, and Welsh DJ Jamie Jones was repping it in one of his most recent shows. From far, it kind of looks like the Welsh 2016 kit that they repped in the Euros, which was obviously a very iconic kit as they made it very far in that tournament. But when you look more closely, they do have some interesting subtle pattern going around it, from lighter to dark shades that kind of zigzag across. I absolutely love it. They could have gone for a more simple route, but that subtle design I think works very, very well. The away one's got some very interesting design. It's obviously mostly white, but the collar's got some zigzag Christmas looking theme design. I don't know. You've got it on the sides as well, just under the sleeves. It cuts off towards the bottom of the kit, but I still think it looks great. I could see why some people dislike this design. The collar does look a tad bit off maybe, but personally, I dig it. The absurd design somehow worked out, and it could be a very iconic kit at this World Cup. So you might argue that they could have done even more, but personally, with what they have to work with, I think they did a phenomenal job. I'm putting Wales up there. Not my absolute favorite kit, but definitely one I would buy. Now, number 3 for me is Argentina's away kit. Obviously, I praised their home kit a bunch in my previous video. I'm not going to be going into detail with that today as it's already been released for some time. But going on to this away kit, I still think it's very nice, just obviously not as good as their home one. The home one, people might argue that it's done every year, it looks the same. But what were you expecting? Of course, Argentina always go for that vertical design of these colors. The touches that they implemented in the home kit were perfect. This away one is bizarre, unique, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate it, but personally, I think it's great. The fact that it's purple as well, we don't normally see purple international kits. Throw me some examples in the comments if I'm mistaken, but I can't think of one on the top of my head. It's got a very interesting fiery element coming across from the bottom. Belgium obviously had that fire element on the sleeves like I mentioned, and I wasn't a huge fan of that because the rest of the kit looks so simple and the sleeves look so complex. But the fact that we're seeing this pattern on the majority of the kit makes me like it a lot more. I don't even know if it's supposed to be representing fire or flames, but the shape of it kind of looks like it is. When I first looked at this kit, I was immediately shocked, but after looking at it for a few more minutes, I learned to appreciate it a lot more. It's very different, like I mentioned, with the color being purple and indigo. I don't know, I feel like this might be a hot take. I haven't seen everyone's reaction towards this kit, but in my personal opinion, I do like it a lot. Now for Mexico's away kit, we've already seen their home one for some time. They went back to the green design with that beautiful pattern across the kit. Christmas tree vibes all around. The most simple color scheme as it still looks mostly white, but you got the most complex pattern in maroon. Yeah, I love this kit. Absolutely love Mexico's kit. Say what you want about Tata Martino. Say what you want about how well the national team's been performing, but their kits are absolutely gorgeous. Mexico at number 2 for me, the second time in a row for these type of videos. We'll see what happens with the Nike launch. It's not looking too convincing, but I still think Mexico will be up there amongst all the World Cup kits. Now for number 1 in this video, you probably guessed it by now, it's gotta be Japan. Their home and away kits are absolute stunners. They always bring on some of the best international kits. Their last year one was one of my favorites. I genuinely didn't think they could do better, and they somehow did. It's almost the same exact color scheme as the last one, but this new pattern that they implemented is freaking phenomenal. I'm more of a fan of the collar compared to the last one as well. I truly don't think any kit will be beating Japan's. Adidas absolutely killed it this year with their home kit. Their away one is also, in my opinion, flawless. Yes, I might be contradicting myself because I said that Belgium's sleeves were a bit too much while the rest was basic. And this one you could say the same thing. There's only some kind of pattern going on across the sleeves, and then across the entire body it's just completely white. But Belgium's pattern on the sleeves with those flames was just too much. This Japan one has gone for some kind of 3D looking element. It's like you've got to put on 3D glasses to see the sleeves pop out. That's freaking sick. It looks futuristic, beautiful. This literally could be an example of how football kits should be looking in the future. I can't get over how beautiful those kits are. I definitely will be trying to cop at least one of them. I already have Japan's previous kit, but this one's still freaking sick. Now in summary for these new World Cup kits that have just been released, it looks like Adidas are carrying. I mean, from what we've seen from the Nike leaks, they are very disappointing. Some of the Puma home ones are decent. Their away ones are freaking terrible, apart from Morocco's. And truly, as a whole, I don't dislike any of Adidas's kits as of now. Maybe Belgium's I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's still not terrible. Adidas or Adidas, however you want to pronounce it, they are the leading brand for this World Cup. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on the new kits. Feel free to let me know yours in the comments below. Like I said, I will be doing a tier list ranking video once the Nike kits are officially released. By the time this is uploaded, I will be in Belgrade. I do have some uploads that are going to be scheduled, like Europa League predictions, so stay tuned for all of that. Thank you all for making it all the way to the end. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you haven't already. I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. La con noche.